Ukraine invites nuclear experts to disprove unsubstantiated Russian dirty bomb claims. Ukraine has invited experts from the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, to the country to disprove unsubstantiated Russian claims that Kyiv plans to use a dirty bomb, Ukraine's foreign minister has said. In a tweet on Monday, Dmytro Kuleba said he had spoken by telephone to IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi. In my call, I officially invited IAEA to urgently send experts to peaceful facilities in Ukraine which Russia deceitfully claims to be developing a dirty bomb, he said. He, Grossi, agreed. Unlike Russia, Ukraine has always been and remains transparent. We have nothing to hide. Kyiv, the US and other Western officials have dismissed Moscow's claims that Ukraine is planning to use a so-called dirty bomb as a Russian false flag operation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu had called his counterparts in the US, Britain, France and Turkey in a phone merry-go-round to claim Ukraine planned to explode a weapon combining conventional explosives and uranium. Zelensky said on Sunday, "If Russia calls and says that Ukraine is allegedly preparing something, it means only one thing: Russia has already prepared all this." Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu has accused Ukrainians of planning to use a so-called dirty bomb, a claim that was strongly refuted by US officials on Sunday as a Russian false flag operation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky also dismissed the claims, which Kremlin spokesman Peskov repeated on Monday. Moscow is bringing new military units into Kherson as it prepares to defend the city from any fresh Ukrainian offensive, according to a Ukrainian intelligence chief. The Russian-installed regional administration in Kherson has announced that it is giving men remaining in the city an opportunity to join territorial defense units. Russia is withdrawing its administrative services from the city, one resident told CNN, and the Russian-appointed administration in Kherson has ordered civilians to leave. Another Kherson resident described the situation in the city as tense, with people emotionally exhausted, the streets empty from mid-afternoon onwards, and Russian soldiers often seen in civilian clothes. Russian state-controlled TV channel RT has suspended presenter Anton Krasovsky after he suggested on air that Ukrainian children in the 1980s who saw Russian forces as occupiers should have been drowned. RT's editor-in-chief Margarita Simonyan has denounced Krasovsky's comments, calling them wild and disgusting. Ukraine's efforts to repel Russian attacks with Iranian-made drones are becoming increasingly successful, the UK Ministry of Defense said in its latest assessment Monday. Russia is likely expending a high number of Iranian Shahed 136 UAVs in order to penetrate increasingly effective Ukrainian air defenses, it said. The threat of Ukraine using A if Russia calls and says that Ukraine is allegedly preparing something, it means only one thing: Russia has already prepared all this. Still exists whether NATO countries believe it or not, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov said on a conference call Monday. The NATO countries' disbelief of the information that was handed over by the Russian side does not mean that the threat of using a dirty bomb ceases to exist. The threat is clear, Peskov told reporters during his daily press briefing. This information has been brought to the attention of the counterparts of Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu. Now it's up to them whether to believe or not, Peskov added. Some context. Over the weekend, Russia Defense Minister Shoigu accused Ukraine of planning to use a so-called dirty bomb, a claim that was refuted by US officials as a Russian false flag operation. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky mocked Shoigu's claims to Western defense officials that Kyiv is planning to detonate a dirty bomb. Zelensky said there's only one individual who can use nuclear weapons in our part of Europe, and this person is the one who ordered Comrade Shoigu to call somewhere.